Braeden was the moving team after a week off against number 13 team.
Had a great week of practice last week. Guys coming out, fired up. Things didn't go the way we wanted to last game, but we're looking forward from there. Can't go back, so we're looking forward right now. We had a great week of practice last week. We're looking to keep that going forward into this week. Big game, big rival coming up, so we're looking to have another great week of practice, and the best is the standard, so that's what we're looking for.
And how much, when you play a team like this that's getting a lot of attention, and they have for 2 years now, you guys look at this as a kind of season opportunity, it's a big opportunity for you guys to make some wins?
We look at every game as a huge opportunity, of course, but I think this game, of course, is going to carry a little more. I mean, the tension that's built up between the two teams. Of course, the history of Tom Herman and Coach Morris have. Of course, it's going to be a big game, and both teams want to compete. And we see this as a big game. Of course, everything that's happened in the past, so we see this as, of course, as a time to take some respect back from a lot of people that we feel haven't given us respect that we feel that we should have. So, of course, we're going out looking to take that.
Coach Craddock talked about trying to manage your workload. You have almost 100 carries through 6 games, plus your receptions, plus your special teams, and the fact that you're not the biggest back out there. How do you feel physically at this point?
I mean, coming off a week off, I feel a lot better than I did after the game. I mean, every game I'm going to be pretty sore after every game, but I feel good. They do a good job of taking care of our bodies. We have yoga, cold tubs, all of that. So they're doing a great job of taking care of our bodies. So I mean, I'm going to be ready.
We talked with Coach Morris about the offensive line's improvement and the fact that Ben didn't get sacked at all against Tulsa. From a running standpoint, how different was the offensive line compared to the week before?
I think the O-line did a great job. There was holes out there, of course. Great. I've had plenty of opportunities. They're doing a great job. I can't speak highly enough of those guys. So I know they're gonna do their job. So I just got to go out there and do what I have to do.
When you look at film, Coach Morris and Craddock talked about they got a freshman defensive lineman. But when you look at film of Houston, what do you see in their front seven overall?
They run a lot of stuff we're not used to seeing. I mean, a lot of teams don't run that we see. That they like to run a lot of blitzes and stuff. So we got to do a good job of looking at film this week, making sure we know what's coming, making sure we pick up on stuff that may help us out to see what they're bringing and stuff like that.
How key is the running game just in general, and especially against this team, the way they attack?
Well, of course, I'm a running back, so I'm going to say the running game is a critical part. The running game is a critical part. I think it opens up opportunities for the passing game, get the safeties coming down, maybe get the corners to looking more for the run, so it opens up stuff for our receivers to get loose.
You talked about the blitzes that you'll see this week. How much will that change just your routine in practice this week in terms of how much time you're spending focusing on protection rather than the running part of your game?
Well, I can speak off Coach Mathis. We spend time on pass. That's probably what we spend most time on, pass protection every week. That's a big part. That's the one thing he's always critical on. Don't let it all be our fault that the quarterback got hit or got sacked or the fumble in the backfield, something like that. So I think we're going to spend just as much time as we usually do on it. Maybe more time in the film, looking at their blitzes, making sure we know who we have and who we have to pick up.
What makes their blitzes different? Is it just the speed or the different angles? Do they disguise stuff? What do they do?
Just the way they disguise stuff, the way they run a lot of, they'll show one thing and bring something from the other side. And especially with having a really young backfield this year, with a lot of freshmen playing this year in the backfield, we got to make sure we watch film this week and make sure we know what's coming so it's not on us.
You were committed to Houston originally, and you had to tell Coach Herman and staff, I'm going to go play for SMU. Now coming into this, anything unusual or different feeling?
I would say it's just because any other game. Of course, I want to win it, especially looking back. Didn't have my best game last year, so I feel like I come out here to prove something to prove. And Houston, I mean, that's where I'm from, so of course I want to put on for my home crowd. So that's big for me.
And when you were back during the process late there, Coach Morris, when he came to you, what was really something that stood out there? You really sold TV to know if Coach Herman and everything he's done now. He's very great. Anything in particular?
The one thing that stood out for me was Coach Morris. When I was going through the recruiting process, I was told you have to want to go to somebody that's going to make you want to go run through this wall right here, and just that's how much he motivates you, and that's something that Coach Morris he instills in me. I mean, I trust Coach Morris fully, and I love him to death.